Hello, everyone. Welcome into our Softr Showdown event. I'm here with the Showdown squad. I'm going to introduce them all in a minute, but we're going to wait a couple seconds to welcome everyone in. In the live chat, why don't you say where you're calling in from? We have a very, very exciting event for you today. We have the next 90 minutes. These three Softr partners are going to go head to head to build a new app based on a prompt that we give them and show it all along the way. And then Guillaume and I have some really fun prizes and events for the community members tuning in to help you win some prizes and to help keep it engaging along the way. And in the next 90 minutes, we will have a winner. And we will also see just magic being made of 3 different apps being built in Softr using Softr interfaces, databases, and workflows. So this is really fun. Glad to have you all here. We're going to get right into it for today. So I am JJ. I lead our education and community, and I'm joined by Guillaume. Guillaume, you want to introduce yourself quick?
Hi, everyone. Yeah, super happy to be here. Co-hosting our live shows with JJ for the past few weeks, and yeah, excited to see what will be built live, but also commenting everything that's happening. So excited to be here.
And Sahil, how about yourself?
Hey guys, great to be here. My name is Sahil. I was thinking about this, so I was like, the best way to explain it is I'm a software engineer turned software engineer.
Excellent. You're based in Toronto.
And I am based in Toronto, as you can see behind me.
All right. How about you, Jess?
Hello, everyone. My name is Josuena from Mindflows. We're a certified software partner from Frankfurt, Germany. I'm very excited. I've been building with no code for years and very stoked to be here today with you guys.
And Juliana?
Yeah, hey everyone. Juliana over here in Orlando with Coconut Breeze Media. We're also a software partner and we are a marketing and automation solutions agency. So very excited to throw something together.
Awesome. So I'm going to bring on my screen here. Can you guys see it on your side?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, awesome. So we have our Softr Showdown. This is a 90-minute live build competition. Each one of them are going to be building 3 different applications. Throughout the build, there are a couple of rules. Every partner needs to use at least software interfaces, workflows, and databases. And then we're also saying that in their builds, they need to find some kind of way to use a database agent, a software database agent, and 1 vibe coding block. Now, this is up to the expert on how they want to use it, but it needs to be included. Now, no templates are allowed here. They are starting from scratch. And that means they're building the app from scratch. They're building the database from scratch. However, they can use our new AI database co-builder to not only build the tables, but to build the demo data as well. In addition to that, you can also use ChatGPT to build that demo data for you. You can bring in data that you have elsewhere into it as well, and also use our REST API, whatever you need to get that data. No copying blocks. If you have blocks elsewhere in applications, no copying blocks. You got to build the blocks in real time. We won't have any time extensions. Once we hit 75 minutes, then we're going to stop because the last 15 minutes is going to be judging, presentations, etc. All right. And then for our audience out there, we are going to be doing some fun things along the way, including some quizzes around Softr. And for those that get those right, the winner will get a Softr swag package. And then we're also going to encourage you all, the audience members, to build something as well. So stay tuned for that. We are going to be judging this based on 4 areas. First, does it look good? We want an app that looks good, right? We're all building modern software here, so we want it to look good. Does it solve a problem? Whatever they build, is it actually solving a problem, and is it helpful? Functionality, does it actually work? We need this thing to work. And now we're not expecting a full app, but we're expecting an app that includes the main components and has 1 working main user flow of this user being able to do X, Y, and Z, and it solves that user's problem. And then finally, how does the database design look like? Does the data model make sense? Is everything thoughtful, well structured? And then along the way, we're going to be bringing our experts onto the stage and just asking them, hey, what are you doing? Why did you do this? Talk us through the decision you're making. And hopefully it's a really good, not only enjoyable experience, but a learning experience as well for you all. So our Softr experts, do we have any questions before we get started here?
No, none from my end.
Ready to roll.
All right, excellent. So I am going to bring on our on stage here, we have a number generator, okay? And so we have three different people, three different experts. And so I'm just going to start with Sahil because he's just, we're going to start with Sahil. And so we're going to spin, all right? And so the person that wins the highest number will get to pick which app they want to build first, okay? All right, you ready, Sahil? I'm going to spin on your behalf.
Sorry, yeah, let's do it.
All right. So Sahil's coming up, and he has a 94. All right, we're gonna go Jess next. Oh, Jess, that's the one. What the heck? And then Juliana is definitely gonna come in the middle here, right? Okay.
Perfect.
So Sahil picks first, and Juliana picks second, and Jess picks last. So Sahil, out of these applications, what one would you like to pick?
I'll do the project management dashboard, please.
All right. So Sahil is picking the project management dashboard. Juliana, what one would you like to pick?
I will do the AI knowledge and documentation hub.
Excellent. And then Jess, that leaves you?
With the recruiting and candidate portal.
Oh, there we go. All right. The apps have been picked. Now you all can go off and start working on those apps. All right. We're going to put you off screen here as you guys go off and do that. And wow. Gee, what an event we have here. So we have three different apps being built. Before I lose track of that, let me just mark down who is building each app here on my side. But what are your thoughts so far?
Yeah, I mean, really excited to see what will be built, and also, I guess that they're all very good at building with Softr. So I'm also curious to see their special techniques and tricks, and I think we'll learn a lot ourselves because everyone has their own way of building with Softr. And yeah, seeing how they go through maybe building the database first to get things right and then be able to build the app on strong foundations. So it will also be about how fast they can get this finalized before jumping to the interface building and then eventually adding workflows. So yeah.
So this prompt is kind of like if you're a partner and someone comes to you and says, "Hey, I need you to build something like this," almost like in a clientele experience. But if someone came to you like this, or you had this prompt given to you, what would be the way that you think about building this?
Yeah, I mean, of course, there would be there would be a lot of scoping happening like before starting to build anything. Like you would of course try to really understand the exact problems you would have to solve for that company. What would be the different users and user groups that would be accessing this app? Is it admins and employees and customers? Like trying to scope from the highest level to then narrow down to, okay, what features will be required, what will be the different concepts of the interfaces, so you get a good idea of all right, data wise, how would that look like, what tables, what fields, and then in terms of experience page, data access, because it's also important to make sure the right people have access to the right data. So it will be going through all of this until the last final touches, adding the icons to buttons and the right color and some dashboards.
I'm filling in which experts are doing which. Do you remember which we got here? I think Jess is doing the AI recruiting and candidate portal. Is that it?
And
then was Sahil on the AI project management hub?
Yep, exactly.
Okay. And then Juliana was what?
The knowledge.
Knowledge. Yep. Excellent. Awesome. All right. I got this tracked on my side now. So we have this. Let me actually pull this up and share it on the screen. We'll talk through each one of these here. So here we go here. And so for Juliana's build here, she needs to build an AI knowledge and documentation hub. And so what we're looking for here is that a user can browse articles and documents and retrieve AI generated summaries or answers. Now, our Ask AI block makes this really easy. So we're gonna be looking for how can we, make this even better than that, and what other experiences can we do to improve this experience And this is a very timely thing. I think most companies are looking for something like this. And I know you built a company similar to this as well. What would you want to be looking for in a submission like this?
Yeah, I think a big challenge will be this data ingestion. Like, how is the knowledge, for example, entering like this hub and being maintained? So there will be adding new records, new documents, but also editing the existing ones. So it will be maybe either it's like text documentation, or you also allow for file uploads, replacing a file, etc. And then the biggest challenge will be how to make sure we are able to surface the right parts of the data and the knowledge in a very intuitive way. Because finding the right files is one thing, but actually getting an answer is another one, and that's, I think, where AI will be able to help, right?
Yeah, I think in addition to this, also having the right user permissions, to making sure that some users will be able to access certain things, whereas others aren't. Making sure that it's staying within their departments or whatever permission level you have at your org, that you're able to upload information, but also get that information back based on your permission level, which is actually very tricky to do and something that a lot of platforms struggle with.
Yeah, and there will be also these little details. For example, having a field last updated at or last updated by, so you can easily know who updated what document or what piece of knowledge when. So you can, for example, imagine you have a workflow that whenever a document is over 3 months old, it would pin the person who last updated it to maybe come and check it to see if it's still up to date. All of that can be built and imagined with workflows, collaborating with the data. Many ways. I'm really curious to see how Juliana will be building this.
Yeah, I agree. Let's move on to our next one here. We have Sahil. Sahil is building an AI project management dashboard. So the core user flow that we're looking for here is allow users to create projects and view AI-generated summaries of the progress, risk, timelines, etc. Right? So this is something a lot of companies are using. They use it within like a CRM, like a Trello-like board, etc. There's a lot of ways to take this. I think the big thing about this is going to be how he adds his own special touches to it. How, like there is information about how, like helpful information about how to find or make sure that the projects stay on task, or related tasks associated with that, or timelines and budgets, or AI summarizing activity that's happening. I would maybe even be cool to see, our comments block being utilized here for internal tracking. There's a lot of ways that they could take this to really make it something special, especially since it's a generic concept that we've seen a lot. And so, like, how did we stand out with something that is really impactful?
Yeah, something I would love to see here is some innovation about, how to update the status of a project or document the progress on a project in a seamless way. For example, just writing down, okay, I just did this about that, just a text field, and AI would find the right project that you're referring to and updating, adding a log, of like as a digital diary for that project. Keeping the documentation up to date without having to really open that project, hitting edit, adding it, because we all know that we sometimes don't do that because it's just too much effort. So being able to quickly update that knowledge or that project documentation and progress will be interesting.
Yeah, agreed. And then the next one with Jess here, we have the AI recruiting candidate portal. This is a really fun one. I go to this example a lot and when I'm creating stuff, because there's a lot that could be done. Of course, it's also very sensitive as well. With hiring, it's always sensitive. And so finding the right way to use AI here, I think is going to be important. The specific flow that we're looking for is allowing recruiters to review submitted applications and review and receive AI generated candidate summaries. But you could really take this to a whole next level. Like, our database agents could go and do some research on those candidates. They could do some candidate like summary and scoring. They could do some automated like outreach suggestions, even automated outreach for those. Like, there's a lot of ways that our platform can use a full stack manager to like really make something special here with this portal.
Yeah, I would say all these companies ask for different questions and different elements about you when you're applying, and your CV is a PDF, and you always have to kind of extract data that's in there to match their own questions. And here I would love to see some AI to smoothen that up and match your your file, like your CV, to the exact fields that you're looking for, and eventually having an additional text inputs again, where the candidate can write a lot, and it would then reformat to place it in the right in the right text input. So it would not be purely about analyzing a candidate's application, because maybe that's the expertise of the team, but it's more to make it easier for a candidate to apply and match all these required fields to be filled, which can be really annoying and time consuming, and you might be losing candidates.
It could be also really exciting to see like a beautiful public facing application that they're able to create for those candidates to apply, right? And maybe that's a good use case of our vibe coding block there too on that page. So a lot can be done here. And man, yeah, there's so many things that could be built with Softr now. It's really fun to see all of these ideas. Also fun to see these three people, these three experts tackling each one and how they're going to apply their special sauce to it. Let me come back to over here. I'll remove my screen. Why don't we bring on our first expert to talk about what they're up to? So with that, we'll have Sahil come on up. Sahil, welcome to the stage. How are you feeling right now?
Feeling pretty good. This is my go-to project management dashboard, so feel pretty comfortable with the setup.
Excellent here. So why don't you walk us through what you're working on or how you're thinking about attacking this build? We have your screen showing on
yeah, as always, I started with the database design, so got that down, have idea of all the tables that I want, how they link to each other. I got my roles down, and then I basically used this design. I could not inject a screenshot into the AI co-builder, but basically I typed it out what I want. So it's taking a little bit longer than I expected, but I see in the background my tables are already created. And then on the other side, so that's the back end, I'm just hoping for some data to be populated. But in the meantime, I got my app started, and I also have one vibe coded block going for the banner on my page. And now just getting into the nitty gritty.
Awesome. So you started with the overall outline of the application, then you're starting with your database tables and building that data, and then working your way into the application and workflows now.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think? Do you have any kind of worries about this build?
No, not at the moment.
Great. We'll see how that goes.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, keep on going on, and we'll check in with our next expert here. All right. All right. Our next expert, why don't we bring on Jess to the stage here? Hey, Jess, how are things going on your side?
It's going great. I have my database ready with the applicants. I use the database co-builder. That's this one right here. I have all of my prompts, have some sample data for all of the applicants. I just have 10 in here. I'm adding the positions right now. And this is how my app looks like. So I have home candidates positions. I have some very quick buttons to add a new applicant, add a new job position, and just working my way through the database and the interface. That's kind of like how I like to do the build, and looks great.
Awesome. I mean, you're just about 10 minutes in here, and you already have the application, the database built out, the demo data. Like that co-builder is really handy.
Yes, very, very fast. Love it.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. The app already has a name, right? Recruit, yes.
Yes, I named it Recruit, yes. Yeah, very quick name.
That is awesome. Do you have any problems or any kind of worries about the build coming up here? Or how are you feeling?
I don't think so. Actually, before I became a software builder, I was working in recruitment. So this is an industry that I know very, very well.
Excellent. Awesome. Love to hear it. Awesome.
Right.
Well, good luck on your side there. And we're going to bring on Juliana next. Hey, Juliana, how are you? How you feeling?
Hey, I'm good. Everyone's so quick. I am just working on the database schema first to figure out what the company is actually going to be. So I'm using, this is like ChatGPT. It's called Chat LLM. So it's going to be a travel agency, and we're going to use that to inform the actual travel agents, our internal staff, and then the actual travelers.
Okay.
So there's going to be 3 different types of users, one of which will be public. So just trying to get the actual database schema in here along with the different tables that we'll have. So yeah, just kind of starting off there. So we'll see what we come up with here.
That's awesome. How are you feeling about the build? Have you built something like this before?
Yeah, I actually, for one of our previous builds, I built like a chat logger or a change logger. So it kind of works as a knowledge hub, but I wanted to really focus on an external kind of Q&A functionality. I haven't built that before. And I want to see how the vibe coding block holds up when it is different user roles.
Okay.
For something like, so not just Ask AI, but the actual, like maybe a chat bot or something.
Yeah, very exciting.
With.
Yeah, you actually had previously won a community contest in a similar vein, I think. You've done a couple now, and you've done this. Yeah, so that's exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I'm excited to see what I can throw together in the next little bit.
All right. Awesome. Any worries about this you have?
I haven't done the co-builder on the database, so I am curious to see how it holds up, but I'm sure it'll be pretty good because everything I've tried so far has been impressive. So we'll see.
And I'm curious, will you also like give the kind of the insights that you've just generated with your AI, your own AI? Will you be pasting that into the co-builder for it to execute? What is this?
Yeah, so this is just a long prompt basically that I can plug into the database. Perfect. So hopefully that'll help it stay on track.
Awesome. Well, Godspeed. We'll take you off stage now. You can get back to it. And yeah, good work, everyone. Gee, my main question is, did we give them too much time to create this?
I was surprised to see, like, I thought we just chatted for 5-10 minutes and they're already halfway through the build.
Not that much, but yeah, they're going. They're cruising.
Yeah. So it's great to see the database being populated that fast. I mean, also they are experienced and have a good idea of what a database should look like, what tables should be present, so they can for sure save time there. For a normal build, you would take time, sitting with your data and looking at the best model. One table equals one object. This is the main rule. One table for, let's say, a CRM, you have table for contacts, table for deals, table for companies, and then for each table you would try to find all the necessary fields, which are the properties for each of these tables. So name, last name, email, deal state, etc. And I mean, this AI co-builder helps, like, once you know which tables and properties you want, you can just give it to the co-builder and it will build what you had in mind. So yeah, love seeing that.
Excellent. On our side, we just hit the hour mark, meaning we have an hour left for these experts to build. It's been 15 minutes in so far. They have most of their databases created. They have the project idea spun up. And now we're going to start to see a lot of the big things come together as we start to work into the interface here and then eventually get to the workflows. That's normally how I think about building things, is what are the requirements, maybe even chat with AI to talk about, how we need to think about this. The problems that we might face, how do we really simplify this for a V1? And then from there, I generate my database, my tables, and then I work my way into the application and start connecting that database to those to the application. And then once I'm ready to start bringing it to life, that's when workflows comes in for me.
Yeah.
Now, I think this would be a great time for us to introduce our first audience interaction for today. Are you ready to bring up the audience quiz on your side?
Oh yeah, I'm ready. We have prepared some questions in a quiz. Give me one minute to
Yep. So for our audience members out there, we are going to send you a quiz now. All right. We're going to send you the link to the quiz. Each of you can take this quiz once. All right. And then the person that gets the highest score on this quiz will send a Softr t-shirt too. All right. So this is your chance to prove to us your Softr knowledge. And it's a whole bunch of trivia facts. Trivia. That's the word I've been looking for. G. Trivia facts about Softr, such as I'm not even going to give it away. I'm not even going to give it away. In the comments, G, can you post the link for our audience members to access the quiz once you're ready? And then what we'll do is we'll give everyone a couple of minutes to take the quiz, and then G and I will go over the quiz and the results live together after the fact. And kind of share our thoughts along the way.
Yeah, I shared the link with you, and you can add it to the live comments. Okay. I've just tested it again, and yeah, it's ready to get your answers.
All right, excellent. So here we are, the link to the application. This can be worldwide. Everyone that is currently live on the chat can access this. All right, so you can now click into this quiz and take it. All right. Now we're going to maybe cap this off. We'll give you, what is it, 5 minutes total, G, or 10? Should we give them?
Yeah. Like let's see how the submissions are going through in the next couple minutes, and yeah.
Okay, got that. So we'll give you the next 5 to 7 minutes to do this, and then we will officially, mark it closed. So any submissions received after that won't count, because then G and I will go through the submissions live together to share, our thoughts and the answers for this. All right. So again, the quiz link is in chat here. Feel free to tap into there, add your name and email so we can contact you afterwards if you won, and start taking the Softr quiz. G, what should audience members expect for this quiz?
Well, I've cooked a mix of some overall Softr question, like the Softr company, some facts about Softr as a company, as a team, and mix that with also some more technical or Softr specific questions about the blocks, the way it works, some good practices. And that's a total of 11 questions. And you've got 30 seconds per question. So if you wait too long, it will automatically skip to the next one.
Got it. How are you looking on submissions on your side? Still need some more time?
Yeah. I think it will start coming up in a couple of minutes.
Sure. So while we wait for you all to submit on the quizzes here, we'll just check in randomly to see where we're at here. We won't bring the experts on the stage, but I'm just going to sneak onto their screens and just see where we're at here. So I see Jess is up to some setting up her detail page here, mapping her fields to her database, getting things ready for this. Looks like this position detail page, and going through her format and showing the data that she's looking for here.
Position details. All right. So
adding a table. Look at how quick this is coming together. For someone that knows what they're doing, you can really, really cruise in Softr.
Now she's adding some filters to show another table, which seems to be the either maybe the candidates or the applicants. Excellent.
No pressure as we look over your shoulder here. Jeez.
So probably all people who applied to that specific role. So as a recruiter, I guess you can go through everyone who applied to that specific role.
Awesome. Really cool. Really cool. Let's bring Sahil's screen onto the page here. We see his app is starting to come together as well. Some basic navigation with his home and projects. We have that list block. His user database is connected to the database's user table. He's now able to preview as different users here. The ability to maybe working on now the CRUD actions to create a new project. Looks like that's one of the next things up.
Yep. Configuring here all the fields that will be all the fields that can be inputs when hitting this button, create projects. He's defining that we can set the project name, start date, due dates, and clients, nothing else, because the rest of the data can be, for example, auto-generated by a database agent or by someone else. So you can really scope, okay, here you add a record, but you only can influence some of the fields. And that button, as you refresh now, the button will open now that model where you have the 4 fields that you selected.
I tell you, just being able to create that modal and have the field exactly how you want it, and et cetera, it's like it saves you so much time from actually having to build that modal and the design and the layout, et cetera. It's as easy as literally just toggling on what fields you want, and your modal is built for you.
Yeah, especially for, let's say, if you have a project that has statuses, and in your database you decided that the statuses are to do, in progress, in review, done. Then when you have here a drop down, it will automatically populate the possible values for that field.
Yeah.
Meaning you did save a lot of time.
Yeah. Bringing on Juliana's screen here, just looking over her shoulders. We see that her database is set up. She's got 2 different tables now. She's working on syncing her users to those tables. We have, and now working on user groups as well. A key thing to Softr that Softr makes quite easy is you can see she's using a dynamic user group right here. So she's able to take the values of her database and use the values of the database that are changing to slot those users in and out of user groups in a dynamic way.
Perfect.
Good stuff. Yeah, user groups are key to this application, and many applications for that matter. And just being able to do it in such an easy way, one of the areas that Softr just really kills, or makes it so much easier than a lot of the other platforms. Awesome. All right, so we're just about 7 minutes into the quiz now. Are we ready to hold submissions and go through it ourselves?
We are getting some first submissions. I'm finalizing the way we can also display these results.
We don't need to display the results. We could just go through the quiz live together.
Yeah. The important note is that I have actually built this quiz with the vibe coding block. Just gave the questions and explain how I wanted it to behave. For example, hey, after 30 seconds, like you show a countdown, it skips to the next one. And you're experiencing here the vibe coding block. That's live.
Excellent. So unless there's any objections in chat, we're going to lock the submissions at the quiz for this time. And then we'll go through it live and show you the answers. I haven't seen it yet, so I will try to do that. I don't want to put myself too much on the spot here, but I will try to do this with you, and you can be a friendly guidance along the way.
Sure.
So it's
we're
10:35
still receiving
Eastern.
submissions right now.
Okay.
Should we give it 30 more seconds for everyone to finalize their?
Yeah, we'll give it 2 more minutes here. And while we go through it, so 10:37 Eastern time, so we got 2 more minutes. Why don't we pull the screen up on your side, the quiz screen?
Yeah.
Get into the published environment there.
Yeah. Can you pull my screen? I'm ready.
Okay, great. So we have the Softr quiz on the screen here. And again, this was created with our new vibe coding block. And G is putting in his information, and we're going to start the quiz. Everyone live chat has 1 more minute to finish their quiz submissions before we lock this in. But we can officially start it because everyone should be way beyond this point at this point.
Yeah. Well, I'll get started, but then we'll have really 30 seconds to discuss. Let's get started.
That's right.
What is
the name of this? Go for it, yeah.
Softr's blog that offers nearly unlimited flexibility for builders.
That has to be the vibe coding block, the one that we use to build this quiz application. Yep. And you see the timer in the top right corner. That's very cool.
Yep.
Very cool.
All
right.
Question. Go ahead.
Which of these statements is false about Softr apps on mobile? Softr publishes apps as PWAs. True. You can show or hide specific blocks based on devices. True. Softr blocks are natively mobile responsive. True. Softr apps can be pushed directly to the App Store. False. Softr apps cannot go to the App Store. We're building business applications. And so internal business applications, there's no need to push those to the App Store, but you can still download our apps as progressive web apps onto your phone or devices and use them in that way. So what is the name of Softr's CTO? Is it Guillaume himself? Is it Harold? Is it JJ or Arthur? It is the one and only Arthur. You've seen him everywhere, social media, forums, live support. He is a superhero building out our technology, and we have a great engineering team, maybe 25 engineers on the back end supporting him, and Arthur is our CTO. So how many people are building with Softr? Well, at this time last year, G, at our first annual Showdown event, it was around 400,000. Now, G, we are over 1 million people.
Yeah, that's right. We'll have to update our website everywhere where we announce this number. We reached the million builders, and it's going even higher.
Yeah, very exciting. Very exciting. All right, what is the best way to see how the app you're building looks and functions in real conditions? Using a preview mode, viewing the layout in Studio Editor, sharing the app URL to ChatGPT, generating a permanent login link to log the user in, which you do not want to do because that is a security concern. So using preview mode, this allows the app to render, the data be loaded, for you to view the app as different user permissions and whatnot.
Exactly. The Studio Editor is not the most reliable way because some blocks might be hidden to some user groups. So previewing it as a user, selecting a real user, and previewing it is the best way to go. Now, JJ, tell us, what are the 3 components of a full stack Softr app or full stack app?
Well, it's the 3 fundamental pillars that Softr has: interfaces, databases, workflows.
Yeah, that's right.
Boom. How big is Softr's team? This one is tough because we do a lot, but we're still at the number 2 between 40 and 60 people, just around 50 people still. So small but mighty. How can you control what content users are able to see? By defining user groups, setting up block level conditional filters, using page visibility rules, or all of the above. That's going to be all of the above. Softr gives you a lot of different ways to control what content your users are able to see, which is just one of the many differentiating factors with Softr. It makes it so easy for the user to see their data only, or however you want to configure that.
Yeah, it can be app level, block level, button level, a lot of controls. Now, what is the exact URL of the Softr Studio homepage? I had to include some tough questions in there, and the good answer is the Softr. Wait, no.
Not that one. No, it's the last one, right?
It's no. I say the homepage, so it's really the /dashboard, because when you load that URL, you'll end up on the dashboard.
Oh, okay. When was Softr launched for the first time on product time? Very tough one. Well, it's definitely not 2025.
No.
It's going to be 2020.
Yep, that's correct.
Boom.
That was the very first Softr, which was mostly to just publish pages online with this no-code builder, and then the first data sources have been added later on.
Excellent.
Last question.
How many field types does Softr database offer? Wow, this is a tough one. We offer a lot. And when we're talking field types, we're talking file, linked records, roll-ups, image, etc.
If you had to
guess here, I'm going to go 22.
It's 26.
Wow. Hey, when did we launch Softr databases? Was it summer?
It was early summer, somewhere around May. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're 6-7 months into databases being live, and to have that level of support for databases, it's really incredible.
Yeah, we recently added the duration field, for example, that allows you to set a specific duration, for example, for project management, knowing that a task took 7 hours, etc. That's a new field, and we've got all the necessary fields in there.
Yeah, excellent. Do you on your side, I'll remove your screen, want to look through and see if you see a winner on your side?
I'm working it out. We can maybe we can maybe go through. I'll do some engineering on my end, some very advanced manipulations to pull the best score.
Yeah. If you can't do it real time, no worries. We can come back to you on that one.
Yeah.
All right. So whoever got the most questions, we have your name and your email. We will email you for information so we can send you a Softr shirt in the mail. Okay. Again, this is worldwide. We appreciate you being here. We do have another contest for you, everyone in the audience. All right. Now we're going to start this contest. We'll start it now, and you'll just need to submit it before the event ends. And we are just where we are. What is our timer at? So we got 42 minutes left of our build. So you all have 40 minutes now to go off and create a vibe coding block of your own. All right. Now, this could be any kind of vibe coding block. We just need you start creating it now, and you submit it within 40 minutes. All right. Now, G is going to put in a link to a form that you can use to submit the vibe coding block with your name and email again. Again, whoever gets the best vibe coding block, we will review it and email you after the fact to also send you a Softr shirt. This is just to flex your creativity. How can you use the vibe coding block in your way, right? And I don't know if you've seen it yet. I'll see if I can just pull it up on my screen real quick. I can. So let me just pull it up, and I'll show you the exact way to share this. So you're going to go into your studio. This is a vibe coding block here. And then once you create your vibe coding block, go to share, and then you'll be able to create a share link. And then you use that link to submit the block in the form so then that we could see it. Okay. So that is a really easy way for you to.
I think the app has also to be published for it to work properly.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So all of you in chat, if you want to participate in this contest, you can now go off and create a vibe coding block of your own. G, can you put in chat the link to the form that they need to submit their vibe coding block to once they complete it? And again, you don't have to do this, but if you want to participate, win some Softr swag, go off and do it as well. I got the link here.
Yeah.
And I will put it here. Again, another simple form we have here for you to go off and do this. We'll ask you for your name, email, and then the link to your block. We'll review it after the fact and then email you afterwards. But again, a chance to flex your skills and show your creativity using the vibe coding block. If any of you have questions along the way for the vibe coding block and what you can and cannot do, put it in chat here. We'll be happy to answer you. Cool. All right. We'll keep that. We'll keep this. Let me just put it on the screen here in a way. So just give me a second here. The next 40 minutes and share here.
Curious to see what directions we'll have. We shared last week some early examples that we got on our third day of the 12 days of Softr, we'll definitely get more ideas, use cases from the community. So also encourage maybe sharing on our community forum. Like I see more and more examples being shared. Also, old threads where people were asking if something very advanced, very specific could be done, now can be done with this block. So it's really interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if you've all seen that, but me and G go live just about every Friday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, and we'll give you the latest updates that week, showing you the features that were launched, how to use it, and then we generally have some kind of build thing that we do each week. It's a great chance, if you like this format, to tune back in with us live every week to see what's new, ask questions, and to see how more you can push Softr, because every week things change. Like this week we just launched the database AI co-builder, which is now making it so much easier to build databases. Just a couple weeks ago we launched the vibe coding block, and then soon the vibe coding block is going to get some really cool updates as well. And there's so many things that we're launching. We're in the middle of 12 days of Softr right now too. And for 12 days of Softr, what was our launch today? What do we got?
Today it is the form ending becomes a trigger for a workflow. So you have both the form submission creating a record in one of your databases, for example. But instead of showing as a simple thank you message or success message, thank you for submitting this form, we will get back to you. You can actually have it trigger a workflow and have this loading screen showing up for the user, because maybe in the backend you're having some AI generating a new page, a new content, etc. And then you can redirect the user to that newly created page or show a specific message. And we've got some very interesting lead routing use cases, things like that.
I didn't know that was today. That is a big one. Being able to trigger a custom workflow based on your form submission unlocks unlimited possibilities. With triggering that workflow, you can then trigger automations, you could trigger database events, you could trigger API calls, you can do so much and then route the user accordingly based on their feedback or their form submission to the right page as well, real time, using AI analysis, sentiment, all that kind of stuff. That is a really powerful feature for our forms.
I can also be sharing the example that we had shared. If you want to pull my screen, I can show the live demo. It's really impressive. I'll increase a bit here. So we've got a form, for example, a demo form, like a form that your prospects will fill, maybe to request some services from your agency. And here I'll be describing my situation and needs. For example, we need some data and cloud solutions as a finance company. And you hit submit and you will see a loading screen.
Nice.
Because we're preparing the assignments of the right account manager based on their maybe their expertise, their
beautiful,
their special skills. So that's your requests, and we have AI that assigned you to that account manager based on the description of what each account manager is specialized in, and then we also populated based on like a company description and the description of your solutions, pre-write a bit how you like they could support you based on what you wrote here. So I had 2 AI steps, one to map the account manager and one to generate that in here. So you wait 5 seconds and you get an instant, very interactive result just after this form submission. So that's I've been waiting for that for long.
That's awesome. Yeah. There is so much that you can do here. I love the fact that this is a great use case for it too, but there are, with the vibe coding block and the ability that we have with the form triggers now going to Softr workflows and all the integrations we have there and the AI capabilities, unlimited possible use cases here. And it's a great way to connect it all together there. Why don't we take a chance to check back in with our experts?
Yeah.
And we'll circle the table again. We'll bring Sahil back on stage to see where he's at with things and to see how you're feeling. So Sahil, welcome to the stage. How are things going for you, my friend?
Yeah, not too bad. I have my project page going, my project details page going, where I have my tasks mapped out in a Kanban block. And now I'm working on the logs. So this is one of the key requirements for this dashboard, to be able to add logs or project updates. So I'm approaching it in two ways, actually three ways. You can obviously add a log using one of these buttons, but I also set up a workflow which will automatically update the log anytime anything related to the project has changed. So this will use the custom prompt and then create a record in the log table. So the idea here is that you don't even have to log at all, and it should be automatically done. But now I'm moving to adding the ability to manually log if you need to. So that's where I am right now.
That's awesome. Have you approached any kind of problems or hiccups along the way?
Not really.
Okay. How are
Yeah.
you thinking about using the vibe coding block?
So that's where this is going to come in for the log. I don't want users to be able to like hit the button and then fill out a form. I just want a text box where they can type in and just hit enter and
Okay.
add the log that way. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And how about a database agent? How is that coming into play here?
I think that's going to come for the project reports, which I haven't gone to yet. So the idea is connecting project tasks and logs that we are collecting into a weekly report or something like that.
Okay, excellent. Great work, Sahil. We got 32 minutes left. Why don't we bring up
Alright.
Jess next? Keep on cruising, my friend. We'll see you soon. All right, Jess, how are you?
Hello, everything's great. I'm building my workflow right now. So I've added a few more things in my database, have the applicants' positions. I added a nice interview table, also filled that out with the database co-builder. And as for my app, it's looking very, very nice. Let me just get that here. There we go. So we have now our nice homepage. We have the active positions or the open positions in here with the position details. And we also have a nice interview calendar, which I think would be very, very useful for recruiters. So we already have the details page in here. This is the job. We have the list of applicants for this specific job. I'm going to add the list of interviews. Oh, they're here. List of interviews, but I need to have my filter in here first. We can add an interview for any specific application. And what I like about what I built recently is the interview calendar, which I think would be, again, very helpful, so that the recruiter can see all of their upcoming
very nice.
interviews and the person with the interview type and the mode of interview. Have the buttons in here that would also go to the forms. So everything's looking very nice, just building my workflow right now.
Crushing it. How are you planning on using the vibe coding block in your build?
I'm going to be using vibe coding for the reports because I want the recruiter to see exactly how many interviews or how many applicants they got on which specific week or month, and also the source report. So where are they getting their applicants from? Is it from Indeed? Is it from LinkedIn? Is it from their website? So I'm going to be using the vibe coding block. Just need my database in there so that, of course, the better the database is or the more solid it is, the better the reports are going to be. And I've used that with vibe coding a lot, and it's been really awesome.
That's great. Will you have an experience for the application, like the applicant that actually applied to that job? Will that be built into this flow in some way?
Yes. So for the applicant, my plan is, if I have enough time, for the applicant to also just add, let's say, for example, their CV or any lacking information that the HR person would need, maybe a visa for them to work in that specific country. So I want to add that. I want to have, I have the users or user groups in here. So one would be for the admin and one would be for the applicant. I'm just going to add that once I have everything done. But that's the plan. And I'll also add an AI report for the recruiter to see if this applicant is going to fit well to that job position.
Great. Yeah, I think you have the positions, the interviews, all that stuff's coming along nicely. Now just make sure that once you spin up that position, that the applicant can apply to it, kind of thing, to like complete that circle.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Right.
And I love on the interface having on the side navigation bar the buttons to have a quick way to add an applicant, add a new position. When in an app you identify something that needs to be quickly done, maybe on mobile, etc. Having the one or two little buttons. Maybe opening a form in a model is really useful. It's also something I'm usually implementing, for example, for an ERP, or like having a quick form to add a new expense, making sure you don't have to browse through many pages and tabs to find it is a good practice. I like it.
Yeah, and she's even got her custom logo down. Look at her, hard at work writing a prompt with AI here, using variables within the workflows. We are seeing total pros at work here, G. It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
All right, Jess, we're going to leave you for now. We'll be back soon, all right? We have 28 minutes left on the clock here, ladies and gentlemen. Juliana, we're going to bring you up next. How are things going on your side, Juliana?
They're going okay. Glad to see everyone's doing great. I had a few issues with the database agent. So I had to manually just like put stuff in,
Okay.
which took a little bit of time. And I'm also fighting with the vibe coding block. I wanted it to create a little chat bot, but instead of just showing all the articles. So I pivoted, and I'm going to do Ask AI for the public version. So if you are a traveler and you are looking to ask like what kind of trips we do or what happens if A, B, C, and D, you can do so here. I am pretty pleased with the permissions. So I have all of that into each of the visibilities of the blocks. So here we have FAQ for travelers. Here we have an FAQ for the internal admin. And then admins can also add in all of this information and decide like who that information is for. So now what I'm going to work on is local operators are going to also have a list of contacts that they can reach out to for help that are representatives from our team. And then hopefully I'll be able to I'll probably just reprompt it instead of trying to tell it to tweak what's already there.
Sure. I can see that the vibe coding block is reading from your database from the articles there, so you can pull in real articles into the block to have your read your database.
Yes, which I love. And then I was also able to throw this together pretty quickly. It's just the hero section for the public version of the website. So yeah, we're going at it. It's going.
You got it. You're crushing it. Question: how are you planning on using the database agent in your build?
So I've already started using it. I think I gave it too much information, so I'm just going table by table. So it's starting to create
not the co-builder, but the actual like field agent.
Oh, the agents. Okay. Yeah. I'll probably have it. I think G mentioned something about flagging when it's past due or like past a certain amount of time. So I'll probably have it make a recommendation on how we could improve the existing article or FAQ. And then probably ping, like trigger a workflow or something to ping whoever it was that created it.
Great.
It can be also interesting to have it populate the first version of a title, because sometimes you just paste in like the long content, and finding a title is always a bit of an exercise when actually AI is really good at summarizing it. You tell it, okay, 5 words for a title, and it will give a pretty good title.
Oh, that's a great idea. I think I'm going to steal that. So thanks for that. Yeah, I'll definitely implement that. That's great.
Awesome. All right. Well, keep up the good work. We'll leave you to it for now. Bring you off stage here. So we have 25 minutes left, right? A couple shout outs here, and then we're going to do our own little build ourselves, G. All right. So just a reminder, if you want to enter our competition, it is live now. All of our live chat supporters, you can go create a custom vibe coding block and share the link to that block to vibecodingform.softr app with including your name and email, and you can enter to win a competition for a Softr swag sent to you. Whoever creates the best vibe coding block, we will try to post it on our forum or social media afterwards, announcing the winner there. A great chance for you to flex and showcase your creativity as well. Well, we also have our Softr experts doing that too. All right, so we have that there. Another announcement. So for our quiz app, if you're trying to access it now, it's not accessible anymore because the time period has ended. And so it's not accessible anymore. Gee, maybe we should just make an alert saying, hey, the period has ended, rather than just seeing a blank screen in that sense. Because I had some people messaging me like, I'm trying to do the quiz. And it's not because it's broken. It's just because it's not available because the time period has ended, as we have given you all the answers to the quiz live during this call.
Yeah, I'm publishing a little banner right here.
We'll do a quick little hot patch there, which is amazing that, how quick it can be in that sense. And then once that is done, G and I need to create a small little tool that we can use to judge our winners of this application. All right. Now, this tool should be an application, and it should have a very simple database in the sense of, 2 users, you and I, and then it should have a submission database table that allows us to grade each one. And we have 4 categories. We'll go over those categories again. And on a scale of 0 to 10, we will grade those. And then we can each put in our grades and then kind of see the winners afterwards. And so once you've updated the quiz app, I'll have you pull up your screen and we can create this new app together and walk through how we will build this in the next, 15 minutes while we wait for our experts to come down to the wire here and complete their builds.
All right. Yeah.
A quick thing here. I think your name is Tom, but otherwise I appreciate you tuning in, saying he hasn't used the vibe coding block yet, but he's getting FOMO from seeing everyone use it on this live stream. And let me tell you, you should have it because it is a really, really cool thing. Waiting on CRUD is his next comment. CRUD is create, read, update, delete, the 4 actions that you can take as an application builder to, create new data, etc. Let me tell you a couple things. First, this can be done already in its current state by using or telling the vibe coding block to send the payload to a webhook. You can go into Softr workflows. Create a webhook, which is like a public URL, and the vibe coding block can send the data to that URL, which will then trigger a Softr workflow to run, which you could then use to create something new with it, right? So currently, you can instruct the vibe coding block to use this button to navigate here, use this to do some kind of CRUD action, etc. We are building in our own no-code version of CRUD into the vibe coding block as well to make it easier for you to do in a more visual first way, as what we're known for. But it is possible already if you haven't done to it yet. All right, you've already saw our video about webhooks. You're a stud. Thanks for checking in and keeping up to date with our video feed. We appreciate you. Thomas, I knew it. Excellent. All right. G, how are you on your side?
Yeah, so should we now live build
we should
an app? So I just hit create a new app, and starting from scratch, I'll be getting rid of every pre-built block. And can you remind that the goal is for us have an interface to score the different projects?
Yes. And based on our 4 categories, almost like we can have a slider for each if we want, or we could just input a number, literally just a number field input. It could be a conditional form that we use to do this. It could be as simple as that. It could also be a vibe coding block that we do it as well. And we just connect that to our submission table in our database. Do you want to switch over to the database and we'll just put that together real quick?
Yeah. I'll just add a form just so we can create a new database and jump in here.
Oh, look at that. That's a nice little workaround. I haven't seen that before. Nice.
Yeah, because otherwise you have to go to you have to link it to at least one of the blocks, right?
Beautiful. All right, so showdown, judging, whatever. Yeah. Cool.
And
so we'll have our users.
Will we be the users?
Yeah, because we need to save the submissions for each of the users. So it's just me and you.
Yeah. So I'm creating an email field as the first field of my users tab, because it's the most unique thing you can find about users, and they all need an email. And then just
Pro tip.
name, we have JJ and we have G.
Delete maybe the third one so we don't get an empty value there. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we can. Yeah, so it'll be about. Sorry, I have the wrong keyboard, so I'm trying to figure it out. Your email is no secrets to anyone anymore.
Yep.
As well.
Right back at you.
So that's the users, and the scores or scorings will be our other table. So I'll add a related record here, right here. So we will each of us have a submission per per person, because right now we have a limited number of people to score. We don't necessarily need to add a new table with the people, but I can just add
maybe like a single select with which builder applies to. Yeah.
So
builder.
So we have Jess, we have Juliana, and Sahil.
Sahil. Yep.
So we'll be selecting a person, then who's like, I always like to just add one row of data so I can see what we're looking at right here. Here, let's say record ID, when we don't really have need a title or whatever.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I use a formula where I ask AI to say users builder, and I get this little formula, so it cannot be sec. Yeah, actually it's not correct. Should be better. So we know who's scoring who.
Okay.
Convenient.
There we go. Nice.
And then we'll have one field per category, right?
Yeah. So the first category is UI UX.
UI UX. All right.
And this should be a number field, right?
Yeah, it's the case.
And then should we add min and maxes for that?
It will be in the form that we can have, I think. Huh?
Yeah. And then the next one is problem solving.
Yeah.
All right. And then the third one is functionality. And then the final one is database design. Our builders have 15 minutes left. We're 15 minutes left for our builders. At that point, each builder will take the stage and do a small presentation in a couple minutes to present what they built. And then G and I will use this application to score it live and announce a winner at the end. Really, they're all winners at the end of the day, but just to add some more suspense to this thing, we will crown one winner. I do want to highlight, we're using Softr in a million different ways right now. So one subscription for interfaces, databases, workflows covers everything. And the number of apps that you can build, even this is a small tool just for ourselves in this unique way, and we could build many, many other tools that help us in our business in many other ways as well, right? So one subscription, especially now that we're full stack, takes you so far. And what you could do, we're building this tool for us in the next, it's going to take 20 minutes essentially. And it's really impressive how far we've come, especially considering last year when we were doing the showdown, we were an interface only application builder. We were just launching some of our latest blocks. I think we might have just launched our REST API data source, but think about where we were from a year ago to where we are now. We're a full stack AI application, platform. Being able to build as much as we can, how fast we can, being able to have AI build blocks for us now. What an incredible year it's been.
What is the in terms of validation? The it's up to
0 and
25,
10.
so we get a score out of 100, or
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
and it is the first time I'm using this validation, which is quite new. So from 0 to 25.
Also very handy.
Yeah.
So here what we're doing in the form, we're saying the user can only input values between 0 and 25. This ensures that the data that we're collecting is clean and in the way that we want to collect it. And also maybe
We can
at the end of this,
well,
we could have a live vibe coding block above this that shows like a dashboard of like a 1 to 2.
that's
like
what I had in mind. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
So builder and yeah, this one we can also make it like this, or yeah, and that should be that should be our form, right? If we preview.
Yeah, we'll need to connect that app to our user table, but yeah.
Yeah, true. Just checking that the data goes through, and the last remaining thing is to add the user as an input, but not an input that we'll have to select in the form, because we'll actually be logged in, which means that we'll just use a hidden field to pull the email of the logged in user. So it becomes an invisible field, but the data still goes through. Yeah, so now that we actually have a couple rows, so we can add either here or below vibe coding block that I connect to the scorings table. And I will have to explain the context. So you need to be displaying the scorings for the different builders that we have. So I consolidated the view and calculations of all the scorings for our 3 builders in a sort of chart where we see the different scores for the 4 categories that we're judging, but also with a leaderboard of the highest scores for the builders that we have. I try to explain it with natural language the way I had it in mind. What I have in mind is what is called a spider chart or something like that. Maybe we'll have to give that specific keyword, but maybe it also just figured it out.
Awesome. While we're waiting for that, we do have a question from chat here, and G, you would be the perfect guy to answer this question, given your background in RAG and agents. What do you think about this?
Yeah. Oh, all right. Well, I'll just ask. I was looking for a spider chart to display the different categories. So it will run in the background. It will be available to build like fully within Softr at some point, because right now our vibe coding block can, for example, generate something that captures voice as an audio file. Right now, our workflows don't support to take that audio, that file, and maybe give it to an AI that transcribes it. So we'll need to be adding the support for such binary files. But if you want to integrate with, for example, Softr has a native connection to NA10, and if that's a workflow you want to build in NA10, you send the binary file to an NA10 webhook, which does the transcription and sends it back to a Softr database. That's definitely something you can do, and I've done it in the past. Yeah.
Awesome. A quick shout out to our builders. We have 10 minutes left here. All right, so we have 10 minutes left. At this point in your build, you should be finishing things up. I would start to stop doing the extra work and just making sure that core workflow is working for you. Test it out as you would test it out in the presentation in the next 10 minutes. For the presentation, we will flip it around a little bit. We'll have Jess go first, Juliana go second, and Sahil go last, just to rotate the order as we've been kind of rotating things. Otherwise, 10 minutes left here, guys. Start to polish it. wrap it up, make sure that core user experience is working. Maybe punt on the ideas that you just don't have enough time for. I know it's been a quick build. You're 65 minutes into it and you have 10 minutes left building an app from scratch in Softr in a full stack manner in 75 minutes. It is a hard thing to do, but you guys are doing a wonderful job. It's a hard thing to build an app generally in a week, let alone an hour. We have one more question here. I want to bring on stage here. So data collected in this platform is GPDR and SOC 2 compliant. Yes, that is true. We are compliant in both of those ways. Once the app is created, where the DB sits or can be seated. I believe he's asking, where can you host the database? And in this case, we are hosted in Europe, but we can't change the hosting of our database yet. Cool. All right, let's get back to the app here. So we'll need to do a couple things to finish this off, G. We're on a countdown ourselves here to get this ready, all right? So we need to connect our users so that way each of us can log in.
Yeah.
Right?
I'll be doing that, yeah.
So we're syncing with our database here to connect to our users table to bring in the users that we have already created in our database. Syncing, mapping the email to email, name to name fields. All right, that's going to take just a couple of seconds. And then we might want to adjust our authentication here to make it just really easy for us to log in.
Yeah, should we go for some of those?
Yeah, we'll do something really easy here just to get login links here. And it's just kind of saying that these login links are, not best practices for security. Because if someone gets a hold of this login link, then they could access it on the behalf of the user that it's meant for and take actions on their behalf. So not the best security practice, but just something that we could do for this build to get it going. So send invites to users. Cool.
Oh yeah, should we do that?
Yeah, I think that should work nicely. Very handy. Great. Let me check things on my side here. We got 6.5 minutes. 6.5 minutes for our builders. I have been invited to our app scoring app. You've been invited. You can log in via this link. This was sent automatically. It is making me pick a password, but that is fine. Oh, you got password requirements going on here too.
Sorry?
The password is you gotta get going. But I am logged in here. I am just going to do a sample one just to see how it goes. See if it's gonna clock it on my side. So sample just came in, and yep, it looks like it cumulatively is working and counting that correctly too. Great. I'm not sure the spider widget is doing much at the moment, but
I mean, because we don't have a proper data in there for now. We just have a placeholder data.
Great. Yep, looks like you can delete my records too. You can just start fresh here. But that came through appropriate, and that's looking good. All right, so we just built our app in the last 15 minutes, our judging app. So that's fantastic. Just a reminder for our audience out there, we have Juliana. She is creating an AI knowledge and documentation hub. Sahil is creating an AI project management dashboard. And Jess is creating an AI recruiting and candidate portal. All right. Again, we'll have Jess present first, Juliana second, and Sahil present third. And we got just about 5 minutes left here on the clock. Are there any questions from our audience members about what they're looking forward to in the presentation? Anything like that, let us know. Otherwise, our audience members are also on the clock here. You have 5 minutes left to submit your vibe coding applications. I'm interested to see if anyone has submitted so far, but hopefully you have, and you have 5 minutes left to submit your vibe coding block as well. So you also win some prizes for Softr. So I'm going to put that back on the stage here while we come down to the line here. We have 4 minutes left. I have access to the scoring on my side. You have it on your side. That's great. I think, we'll give each expert, 3 minutes to present, and then we can quickly say a couple of things that we like about it, and then we'll submit our scores and bring the next expert up. Why don't we submit our scores after the 3? Instead of real time, is that good or what? Or should we just not show the real time results? We submit it after each one.
Yeah, I think we have to see them all to be able to to judge and give the final scores. I'll take some notes myself, and
Cool. We'll do that then. We got 3 minutes left here, coming down to the wire. We will remove your screen from here. We will bring up a couple other of the screens. Can we got some Jess cramming here to get in her final screen here. Looking good. We got Juliana. Let's see, Juliana's screen, testing out how she can a form here that could be helpful. She's using our new form triggers with Softr workflows. Very nice. I'm going to take that away to add some suspense there. And then Sahil,
my new block.
He's vibe coding his new block, saving it for the last 3 minutes, vibe coding away. Oh, wow. Wow, no pressure vibe coding block. Jeez. Whew. Wow, this is going to be exciting. Again, these are Softr experts, Softr partners. You can hire them for your own needs, all right? You can go to, let me find the URL that we can get to here. Softr partners, I'll put it in chat here. They're all available for hire, each a tremendous asset for your team. You could see what they're able to build in an hour, 75 minutes here, what they could do in a week or month or a couple months for your team, the amount that they could build and be helpful in many different ways. Our Softr partners, they're certified, they're vetted. We work with them monthly for training, for communication. They know our latest features. They have a direct access to our team. So they will be able to give your application a direct access to our team. So if anything goes wrong, or if you need any updates or even special requests, they're able to be that that connector between it, and they just add tremendous value to your projects along the way. So definitely check out our Softr partners. We have a tremendous partner program, and you can hire them for your upcoming jobs there. Again, if you haven't checked out Softr yet, I'd encourage you to check out Softr. We have a generous free trial. One subscription now covers everything: interfaces, databases, workflows, forms, and you can create unlimited apps and use them in tons of different ways. And the cool thing that I really like, 1 minute left, builders, 1 minute left. There's many cool things that I like, but with Softr now, we made it so if you need automations just for like your everyday, just like improve your life, you can use Softr workflows for that. If you need to spin up a form just to collect something for people in your office, you could use Softr for that. If you need to just save important business data or just data at all, you can use Softr databases for that. And if you need to bring anything to life in visuals, even though your data might be connected in HubSpot or Monday or whatever, you can use Softr apps for that as well. And so there's tremendous flexibility in Softr, especially after this last year of tremendous growth. And we have another really exciting year ahead of even more growth. So it's a really, really good time to be building with Softr. We appreciate you all for tuning in here. We have 15 minutes left, 15 seconds left, and then I'm going to bring Jess onto the screen and do our first presentation. Been 75 minutes. Appreciate all of our audience members for hanging in there. We are closing the poll on our vibe coding block now. So for our contest members in the audience, the poll is now, or the submissions are now closed for vibe coding block. And we are bringing Jess onto the screen here. Jess, how are you? You got 3 minutes here. Talk us through the app that you built and kind of show us a user flow that we can expect for using this app.
Of course. Oh my goodness, that was quick. All right, so I am building a recruiting and candidate portal, and as you can see here, this is our application form. This is where all of the applicants will fill out the form. This is also visible to everyone. So once they apply or once they enter their information and submit that, it's going to go directly into our app. So am I supposed to enter information here? I think that's going to take some time. But
Okay.
yeah, so as you can see, we have two user groups in here. So we have the admin user group and the applicant user group. So let's take a look at the admin user group. So this is very important for all of the HR people. We have the very nice buttons in here where you can add the applicant, add a new job position, or view candidates. So this would go to this button, this would go to this page, and then this would go to this page. We have the available positions. So we know that we are hiring for 4 different positions in here, and we can enter or click the button to view the position details. We have everything in here. We have the applicants who applied for this specific position and the interviews for this position. And then we can also add an interview for this specific position with the start date, end date, everything in here. That would also go to our database. Next is the candidates page. So this is where we would have all of the candidates listed down with the information. And then we can also open the candidate information in here. One thing I missed is mapping the AI report. That was the most critical function, but it's there. I'm going to show you guys, but I just missed mapping that in this
Sure.
field. Right, so we have the person in here. We have the information about this application. We are supposed to have an AI report. That's what I built with the Softr workflow. So that's all created. I have my custom prompt in here as well. So we have AI in here where we can have the assessment if the job or if the applicant actually matches the job position, and that would all go into this field. Next is the open position. So these are the current positions that are open with the information, and we can also click on apply now. In case the HR wants to apply on behalf of the applicant, they can do that in here as well. Next is the interviews page. This is very self-explanatory. We have all of the interviews listed down in here, also clickable so you can see more information about the interview. And this is what I did with the vibe coding block. I have the HR report that's connected with the applicants table. So we see the total number of applicants, which ones have been accepted, which ones are open, which ones have been rejected. We have the applications by week and also our top sources. This is very important for recruiters, and the top countries where our applicants are coming from. I did this all in 2 prompts. Anyway, so that's everything for our admin. Now let's go to the actual, that's not good. Sorry. Let's go to the applicant. Let's go home. I'm cramming here, guys.
All good. We got maybe a minute left here.
All right. So this is, for example, for the applicant, not supposed to see the homepage. So the applicant would also be able to see the open positions. So we have the navigation bar that's filtered so that the applicant would only be able to see the current open positions. They could also apply through this button. And they could also see all the information about their specific application. So we have their name, application date, status, etc. They can also edit their application in case they want to just edit the cover letter. And then we also have the interview page for the applicant, just so that they know when their next appointment is. So all of that is built within Softr. We have our database in here that is very full, again, with the database co-builder. And as for the workflow, you would need to add a new work or a new candidate in there. But this would be the example of a concise AI report that I created through OpenAI or Softr AI. And that's where our AI would automatically see if this applicant is matching the person or the position that they are applying for. All of that would be in here. And I just missed mapping this specific field. But
Sure.
it's all in here.
That's incredible. There's a lot of great functionality there. The ability to have 2 different user views between the job creator and the applicants. They log in, they see their related content to be able to spin up the positions. I really like how you did the calendar, like the interviews, and had all that in that admin view, and then the dashboard really pulled it together for me. How about you, G?
I'm amazed by the how complete this app is, with a good mix of functionalities, insights, and AI powered support. It's really excellent.
Yeah, I feel like you're like the functionality. It's really full, which is impressive in just 75 minutes. But yeah, we're gonna bring Juliana to the stage next. Excellent work, Jess. Excellent work. And then Juliana, coming up to the stage now. How are you? How did the build go?
Good. I actually feel pretty good about it. So the vibe coding block, I think, gave me a little bit of issues, but it actually came up with an idea to like have it send it to a webhook.
Yep.
I think if I had an extra, oh, maybe it did it. All right. Well, we're not going to keep building on this. So I'm just going to hide it really quick, but hopefully it'll work right after I'm done here. But I'm going to go in as an admin first.
Sure.
So here we have the.
Can you just remind us what you're building, the type of app?
Yeah. So it's a AI powered knowledge base. So basically we are a travel company and we have different types of users. And so in here, I can manage the actual category, and then I can also manage who can see each of these different kind of pieces of knowledge. So I can, as an admin, add in new information. So let's say this is for travelers, and then this is going to be about safety. I don't know what happens if your plane crashes. Don't worry. I hope that's helpful. It adds it in, and obviously here we see that it doesn't have a title. G had a really great idea in a specific use case for the data agent. So here I have a database agent that will create a title based on what we have in the content. I don't know why I didn't create it, but we're just going to click the AI.
Oh, there it is.
There we go. And then we have, so that's basically it for the admins. So here I can manage all of this information. I can view what the different FAQs do. And then as a visitor, so if I'm a traveler and I want to learn more about what we actually do, I can go to this public page. Here is ideally our vibe coded assistant, which would do the same thing that this little guy does. So here I can ask a question. I have a form on Softr, a Softr form here, and I'm going to be using the trigger, the new trigger functionality from a form. So what happens? I don't know. Should I worry if my plane crashes?
Yes.
And the answer is no, you shouldn't worry. So here we see that it's loading it up. So I actually, and okay, here's another issue. I didn't have time to break this up. So I'd ideally use a custom code block to break up the response so that it's just the information from the actual AI. But it semi-works. And yeah, that's what I had time to put together. I don't know how you guys are so quick, but the vibe coding block really had me twirling there. But hopefully, I don't know, give me another 5 minutes with this guy and I'm sure I'll get it down.
Well, excellent work in the last 75 minutes, Juliana. You did excellent. Great having two different user experiences there, being able to see, as the travel agent and then the traveler. The travel agent can insert information, FAQs, etc., and then the traveler can use a chatbot to interact with that. A lot that could be done there. Really good infrastructure in play. Bringing Sahil on for our last presentation here. Just got 3 minutes left here, Sahil. So bring us home. What do you got?
All right. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So I was building the AI project management dashboard. The description was a little loose, so I just kind of made it my own, but here we are. So right off the bat, I wanted to show you, so we have two roles. So I assume this dashboard can be used by, say, an agency like mine, and also from the client perspective, they could log in and see their stuff. So when I'm logged in as the admin, I see all of the projects that we're working on. But if a client were to log in, they would only see, their own projects. Go on, client. Let's try this one. Projects. Okay, let's go back to the client view. Not sure what happened with the global restrictions there, but the idea was that would be auto-filtered. And once we are in here in the dashboard, you can click into a project to see its details. So here, a bunch of things going on. Of course, you can see the description and whatnot. Then associated with the project are all the tasks for which I used a Kanban view. So the project manager would come in here and be conducting the project activities, create a new task if they need to, or move the task around in the board as needed. This would also be used by the developers who are actually working on the project. Now, one of the requirements was to be able to provide project updates. So you can easily do that here in the logs tab. So all you need to do is, because I know as a project manager, it's a lot of work to like fill out a form or go somewhere. So I just wanted to give an easy ability to just type in the update as they're happening. So for example, I'll say the devs have completed round 1 of testing or something, right? Hit enter and boom, that's gone. So this is done using the vibe coding block, and we can see this is already added to the database, and we can also see it. So that's the logging stuff. Next up is so this was done using 2 things actually, the AI, the vibe coding, as well as a workflow, which is connected to the vibe coding block to send this information. And then finally, at the report level, so this is where I used the AI agent capability. Anytime you want to generate a report, again, as a project manager, it's a lot of work to manually create these reports. And that's why we have these logs. So as things are happening, keep adding it to the log. And when it's time to create a report, just click generate report, give it a title, test demo report or something like that. And then this is where I wanted to make a few things, but I ran out of time. But these are essentially your log entries. And this could be made more a little bit smarter, where it only shows entries from a specific time period and whatnot. But for now, let's select all the log entries that we have in the database. And report date is today. Hit submit. And that, what it's supposed to do is it's going to create an entry here in my reports database, and it will auto-populate a report using the AI agent. So if you click on view report now, we have a full project report ready to go, automatically created by the AI agent using our log entries. So that's there, and this can be converted to a PDF, sent to the client, whatever. And finally, to bring everything together, if we go to the homepage, we have a nice dashboard where you can see, as a project manager, again, everything that's going on, what's the progress, what projects are active, and so on and so forth. So that's it. And I think the last one is for the clients. We have a new project button here, which gives them a form if they want to request a new proposal or a project and stuff like that. So that's pretty much it.
Excellent work. Excellent work. I think it's a very functionally complete application, which is impressive, especially for this time period. I love how you used the log capability to auto-generate that project report. I think that just saves you a lot of time. I think that's a veteran move right there, and you pulled that together nicely. G, what do you got?
I really like the how you made it the easiest possible to like log things into there and make them contribute to the bigger AI reports. So I think you really nailed the experience, and also really like the insights here, how the dashboards are being surfaced. So well done.
Awesome. All right. So at this time, I'm going to bring all the experts to the stage as we just get our votes in here. While we do that, why don't you guys kind of go around the room and share how this feedback, like how the experience was, and how you feel about the end result. Yeah. Who wants to go first? Go for it.
Oh, Jess, you're muted.
Oh, typical. Yeah, so I think the first 60, 70 minutes were great. the last 10 minutes, my hands were literally shaking. So, but Sahil was right. The pressure is high. So, but I think everybody did a great job, and it's just what matters is that everyone's having fun, that we can all showcase what Software can do.
Yeah, I think I just want to add on to that. I think each of you did a tremendous job. The apps that you built all in different ways, unique situations. I think we can also speak to, like, you know, how much you were able to do in the last 75 minutes as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
I agree.
absolutely.
Pressure was on. Oh, go ahead, Sahil.
No, yeah, I just wanted to say, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I did this last year as well, so I knew what I was signing up for. It's a high pressure situation. But honestly, JJ, I think the biggest difference, as you mentioned at the top of the call, was that the platform is completely revamped compared to 12 months ago. Like today, I was literally only in Softr. Last year, I was in Softr, Make, Airtable, multiple things. And so the fact that we could do it all in one place is kind of mind blowing.
Yeah, I completely agree. That's a big takeaway for me as well. And I think that's just another really big sign of like confidence that the builder should have by choosing software, is like the platform is getting better every single day. And so you have, by choosing software, you have a huge team behind you, not huge, but like huge team behind you, making everything that you do better each day. So the apps that you're building now, they're just going to keep getting better and better. And that says a lot. I mean, there's not a lot of other platforms where it's like you build the code is the code, right? But you know, you build with software, and it's like it's literally getting better for you every single day. So tremendous work to you all. We do have, the votes are in. We really have 3 winners here. But you know, we're just going to pick one winner to crown this off here. I will say that generally, this is really impressive across the board, what you guys are able to do, the functionality you were able to build in 75 minutes. I would say if you had 3 to 4 more hours, like you could deliver this to a client almost, which is insanely impressive. The speed at which you're able to move with one tool today, it's really impressive. G, any final words before we announce our winner?
Yeah, I definitely agree with also the speed you can then iterate, because if that's your first version after 75 minutes, showing that to your client and getting the feedback to actually spend another 2 hours fine-tuning it after that day of working on these apps and these projects, you really make an incredible progress, and then the next day you can have real app users that will then share also some feedback to improve it even further. And it's just incredible to see, and definitely like what you were saying, Sahil, about now doing everything in one tool. I can definitely relate as a builder myself, really enjoying how everything is now connected. The three components that we were seeing earlier, the database, the interface, and the workflows living in one place, being interconnected, is amazing.
Yeah, to our audience out there, thanks for sticking with us. It was a long call, but man, we accomplished a lot on this call. We had 3 different apps built. You all had a trivia contest. You all built your own vibe coding block as well. And then G and I built our own contest submission tool as well in just the last 90 minutes. So it has been jam-packed. We are going to announce a winner, but again, all of you are winners. Thank you for participating. Again, you can hire them at softr.io/partners. Each one of them are available for hire. They each bring tremendous value to your project, and they'd be happy to work with you if it makes sense. Otherwise, I will announce the winner, and then we'll give a quick little thing, and we'll get you out of here. So,
should we get my screen? I have the latest version.
No, let's not do that. So we'll just do one. I don't want to show the live points. It was a very close race. Let's just say that. But it's a very close race. So we'll bring it again, and the winner for this is Jess from Mindflows. She is our winner, and and it was a very close race. I think what did it for me is it was just a complete experience. I really liked the way that you had the interviews stacked up on your calendar, and each of them were conditionally filtered to their appropriate position. Very easy experience for the recruiter to go in there at a position and to manage all of the applicants coming in, the interviews for each, and then of course the applicants can do it as apply as well. So complete functionality with good UI and problem solving. How about you, G?
Yeah, exactly. Second, what you said, like what blew my mind is how complete this app was, and we properly had these two different and very comprehensive experiences for both the applicant and the team managing those job openings. And yeah, just combining these native blocks like the calendar works beautifully to see when your next interview is scheduled, with the magic of both the AI workflows and the vibe coding blocks. Really made an excellent app. So I really liked the three apps, but that stood out, I think, for Jess's app. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you all again for contributing your time, showing your skills live, which are tremendous. The possibilities are endless. To our audience, thanks for tuning in. That's a wrap for us today. This will be available on YouTube to live on forever. Thanks for tuning in. Congrats to our winners, and we'll see you all next time.
Thanks all.
guys.
Congrats, Jess.